Hello, my name's Andy Goff. I'm the Managing Director for Interactive Opportunities. We work with schools to set up and run games and programming clubs. We also help deliver interactive sessions and discovery days. With the video games, video special effects industries, we've got really close relationships and look at their content and how that can be positively used in education. So, the teachers that we commonly talk with in our schools don't really know the background to the advocated IT changes. In some ways, why would they? Because this is an industrial need and conversation. So we thought we'd just put together this Rube Goldberg, Heath Robinson type cartoon to show a little bit of the journey, but also to show some of the people that are already on this journey and doing positive things with their schools and students. So back in the 80s when I was at school, we had the BBC Micro at school. We could get on there and let's do some programming. We understood what was going on in the box, and then in the home we had the ZX80, the 81, and if you're really lucky, the Spectrum to do various programming on. And you really understood the kind of grassroots coding and all of those elements to it. So unfortunately during the 90s things weren't quite so good, and in some ways people would suggest they had become boring, both for pupils and students, with us doing far too much word processing rather than understanding what's going on inside the box and creating software applications and being more creative. So that's where people feel that we are now. Over 2 years ago, Ed Vaizey, the Minister for Culture, Communications and the Creative Industries, worked with a number of industrial leaders to start lobbying Michael Gove, the Secretary of State for Education, about how they needed high-level students coming out of university and that schools needed to do more in the computer science area. Last summer, Eric Schmidt added his points to the argument by saying that he was really surprised we were throwing away our great computer heritage. He was flabbergasted to learn that today computer science wasn't even taught as a standard in schools, and that our IT curriculum focuses on teaching how to use software but gives very little insight into how it's made. So this has led the government to announce changes in IT at the end of last year and into January 2012. And we've got a range of people now preparing and looking at that. So some of the teachers that we know around the country, people who are doing interesting things already. Alan O'Donoghue, or rather Techno Teacher on Twitter, Tekno Teacher, Techno Teacher. Alan is really well known for what he's been doing with Scratch and other various programming languages, and how he can really just inspire children to have a go at programming. We're really pleased to have worked with him with Hack to the Future up in Preston. Sean's a second year computer programming student, still in university, who has been into schools with us to show the students what he's been up to, including his new Xbox Connect game. In fact, last week he had a performing arts student up on stage in front of his Connect camera trying to beat his new game. Over in Wolverhampton, Jill Purcell, the Education Transformation Manager, has been working across 15 secondary schools using PlayStation's Little Big Planet to get game levels created on Wolverhampton with great effect. Mark Sutton. Mark has been running games clubs in Leicester, Saw Valley for some time, with students going on to try and achieve the necessary grades they need to get to universities and get into good jobs in this area. Tom Cole. Tom's a really brilliant science teacher who uses all digital means to inspire and push his students in the right direction. Christian Still, a little bit of a jump back to the 80s here, interactive fiction, but the digital format. The interactive books that we used to read, he's got students creating interactive fiction apps on iPhones and having really good impact with that. Chris Leach over on the right there, primary school teacher. Too many things going on to mention any really from Chris's school, but certainly down there at Winchester House there is a young digital leader of tomorrow being grown. So we hope this all really is inspiring students, and that's giving you a short insight into a little bit of the journey. We would suggest you go and show your students the BAFTA Young Games Designer competition and encourage them to have a go. If you go to BAFTA.org, then to Games and Young Game Designer, you'll find all the details about the two competitions they're running. One is for a video game concept award, and the other one is for where students actually create it. So please go to the io.uk.com website and register with us to keep in contact. Thank you.